I'm gonna make this a really personal vlog on what's on my mind right now. All I took from a guy last night at Walmart to explain or point out how much Patrick and I loved each other. He pointed out by the way Patrick was holding my hand, by the way that Patrick and I were looking at each other, and the way that when we stopped, Patrick put his arm on my lower back, and how he held me close. And the guy said that that was love. And I was thinking about it all day today, and I can finally say that I am 100% head over heels in love with this man. Does he know it yet? No. I haven't talked to him today. I haven't had the chance to say it to him. I have just finally realized that I do love this man. And, you know, there's hurdles in this relationship that make it impossible for us to see each other every day. When we finally do see each other, I get this feeling of being a giddy little schoolgirl. You know, I'm like shy, get excited, and nervous. I am all of these emotions in one. All I want to do is just hug him and kiss him and tell him how much I love him. But then I don't want to be a overly affectionate girlfriend. And I think once we get over this hurdle is this feeling of giddy schoolgirliness going to go away. That if it does go away, am I going to want to be with him? Is that the only reason why I want to be with him, is the fact, the excitement of that, of those feelings? I'm not even going to think like that, because if you think like that, then you are setting your relationship up to fail. And I'm not. I want to see where this goes. I am tired of having failed relationships. Tired of it. But this is the first time in a really long time that I have, in this man's arms, I feel loved and appreciated for who I am, not for what someone wants me to be, because I am not a GQ homemaker. I'm not. I make a mess, I clean it up. I'm not here to clean up other people's messes. You know, I mean, unless it's reasonable, you know. Like if you make a mess before you leave and you're like, hey babe, sorry, you know, I didn't have enough time to clean it up. You know, can you clean it up for me? Sure, no problem. But don't make a mess and then expect me to clean it up for you. That just annoys the fuck out of me. And with Patrick, it's 50-50. Like, we're at my sister's house. Are you hungry? Yeah, well here you go. I'll make a plate for you. I'm gonna make a plate, and I always say, you know, I didn't know how much you wanted, so I just put a little bit of each, and you know, if you want more, just, you know, go up and get some more. And, you know, he's like, no, that's fine, that's enough. Oh, okay. And I make myself a plate. And then, after we're done eating, he picks up the dishes and takes them to the sink. It's 50-50. You know, he gets a drink. Hey babe, you want a drink? Yes. And then after we're done with our drinks, if we want another one, I go get the drinks. You know? And I don't know how to say this. When I was younger, I was a cutter. And getting over that, I decided that I was going to be radically honest. That I was going to say what I want, when I think it, and when I feel it. And it didn't matter if it made you hate me in the end. I would say it. And I am honest with Patrick about everything. And he accepts that. He is the first guy to have not made a joke about it, has thought I was weird, thought I was doing it for attention. Because when you cut yourself, it's not any of those reasons. And Patrick was the first guy to ask about it. Not just go, oh yeah, he used to be a cutter. No, he was like, what made you cut? Why would you? And then I would say, I had a bad childhood. I mean, a really bad child. I came from an abusive home. And that was my only sense of relief, was to cut with all the emotions that I was feeling. And and then I say I have a bad childhood, and then he asks about that, like, what makes it a bad childhood? Why do you consider it a bad childhood? And then I explain everything, and he now knows and understands why I act the way I act. And because I grew up in a domestic violence home, I am more prone to violence. And I know that I am. Like, my first instinct when something happens is, you're lucky you still have a face, because I would just totally fucking rip it off. And I don't do that. I mean, I may say it, but that's my thing. I'm giving you a verbal warning that you are lucky you still have a face, because by now, if I hadn't controlled myself, you would not have one. And Patrick understands that I have anger issues, but I deal with them very well. And we've gone over we've been through some hurdles and everything, and this has been the first time in a while, since like high school, that I have felt really loved and appreciated for who I am. And thinking about all this makes me think of one of the first video responses I ever did was to a video by me, Molly, titled, "Are You Somebody's Favorite Person?" And at the time, the guy that I was dating was there when I was making the video, and I said that I don't even think I'm my boyfriend's favorite person. And the guy that I was with laughed and agreed that I was not his favorite person. And I got comments on that video saying that, your boyfriend's an asshole, you need to get a new boyfriend, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And knowing Patrick for who he is and everything, that if I were to ask him if I was his favorite person, I think he would say yes. And that that just makes me cry. So, thank you for listening. Um, Leave comments, rate, subscribe. Um, I just had to say what was on my mind. And since I can't talk to Patrick right now, I figured I'd make this a vlog and show you guys that I'm just a blubbering baby when it comes to my feelings. How girly of me. So anyway, goodbye, and I will see you guys tomorrow.